and why you have these magical tablets and all this ancient spell knowledge that was sealed away, and all the other items that you found and stuff. And why is
So
Harrow big now?
So there was a garage sale. Okay. No, just kidding. Well, you remember the temple thingy?
Yep, I remember the temple.
We got a lot of the text and stuff from one of the rooms there. Grung couldn't read it. So he started like just identifying a rune for the next like 8 hours. But he was just napping. And we found the map to the lost city of gold, El Dorado. As well as we were pulled into the dream realm by the goddess that we made or ascended. I don't know what the term is. Uplifted.
Open the ceiling, I remember.
Yep.
Open the ceiling. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ine Chuck. And we talked with her in our dreams. We went over things. Apparently, she blessed Xeris, which doesn't make sense. I mean,
well, the contract thing and
well, he has a summons. Like he's got depositions to make. There's court filings.
He's got a bad time right now. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, like I'm pretty certain right now he's like, I mean, there's probably like he's probably dodging a traffic ticket and a warrant for his arrest.
24 counts of fraud consecutive.
Is that like grand fraud now?
You'll find out.
But also, like, wouldn't the devils be like, "That's good"? I mean, he's you know, I mean, like,
that's what we do.
It's.
I guess we'll see. That'll be fun.
And then in the dream we talked with Cesare, because apparently he's a blood relative to the Sun King, or at least the throne. Somewhere in his past, and we're like, we're gonna make you king, and he's like, nope.
Please don't.
He's like, no. And we're like, please, nope. We're gonna do it. Nope. And yeah, it's gotta work out with him.
Whether you want to or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He'll figure it out.
He figured it out when he exiled himself.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll unexile him. I don't know. I mean, we've all seen Path of Exile. Exiles get powerful, okay?
Yes, he did get powerful at the Magambia. He had a lot of good spells and stuff he was using to help you off and on. But he wants alcohol, he wants sugar, and he wants to celebrate birthdays. Those were the things he wanted to do.
Yeah, and he could do that because he'll then be king. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's like the very, very broad gist of it. Oh, and we need to go to the City of Gold to fuck.
The fuck?
I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think. My brain not smart right now, especially from at the end of that day I was like rushing to get ready for work.
So the Lost City of Gold has something that interests a lot of people. How Jin wants it because that supposedly is where the Fountain of Youth is. Xeris wants it because that's where the Well of Souls is, and that's supposedly containing very evil things and whatnot. The Lost City of Gold is made of gold. It's the perfect place for any treasure hunter to go, and you just happened upon a map to its location, and no one else knows where it is except you guys. But I believe the consensus was you were going to play the influence game, and you were going to try, with everything you've got, to get Welkenna to change his heart and be like, yeah, I'll open up to the outside and whatnot, and I'll let people walk around without wearing their masks, because you guys still have to wear your masks if you're not native-born Moangi Expanse people. I think Samshu is the only one in this particular 4 that can actually go around without her mask.
And the dragon.
Solidarity, I wear it.
And the dragon, yes. Where is Dragon?
Sleeping.
Eat all tucker.
EP boy.
Is me. There we go. Perched on the antlers. So what are you guys gonna do? What's going to happen on the dawn of this new day after the goddess has talked to you and you all awaken very different looking? McGee more generic than he was before.
Generic than
Didn't
ever.
know that was possible.
I
Where's
didn't even
gold
see
come
him
from?
there.
I'm so golden.
Why do my muscles glow?
Because the lighting changed.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
turn around and then oh, it moves.
What is
It
this
moves. It moves with the light.
blasphemy?
Imagine flexing so hard your muscles produce enough heat to glow.
That can happen with thermal vision.
It was like the age-old question of
In
how do you have
truth.
to slap a chicken to cook it.
That someone figured it out. I think it was like
Somebody did do that.
7,000 or something like that.
Very fast.
Iron, you all good with your sound?
I think so, yes.
Okay, good. So, what you guys doing? Are you gonna visit some people you've already met? Are you gonna try to visit the Bright Lions? Or what you gonna do?
We could visit lions. I guess.
Yeah, lions work, I guess.
Okay. So, this man who runs the hotel, now that you've met the Bright Lions and whatnot, and that you've been in the hotel long enough, he will introduce himself properly, that the reason why he bid for this new building specifically for your Magambian envoy is because he is the representative that can take you to the Bright Lions within the necropolis.
Convenient.
Yes, it was almost like they wanted you to be at their hotel so they could get to you first.
But wasn't this hotel just like recently made?
Yes, they made it.
For us.
Yeah,
It's all coming together.
With
Convenient.
the King's coin, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Paizo, you sneaky, intricate writers.
Sure.
He's like, ah,
Yes.
Bramble's middle name at this point.
Shall I take you to Sehar?
Who?
Sehar, the leader of the Bright Lions.
Oh, just straight to him? Okay. I
Her.
thought this was like a Pokemon gym.
No.
You go through the... Yes.
Okay. So, this will be Sehar.
See ha. Can I get a oh yeah?
She does look like she'll give you a oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she's actually extremely happy to see you because she heard all about you from one of the people she sent to the Temple of the Eclipse. Do you remember who that is?
I missed most of it.
Was it the lizards? Did you send
That
the
would
lizards?
have been Sewell.
This woman.
Yeah, I missed that.
This goes, will they, won't they relationship.
Yes.
Ooh. Spicy disco.
So
Which
there.
Harold fully endorses, by the way.
He's writing the fanfic as we speak.
Submitting it to the archives now.
Ah, yes. You could get a hero point for that.
Oh no.
So this very.
And a lot of comments.
My God. So this very beefy, muscular, mercenary woman and this this other woman who kind of looks like the villain from The Emperor's New Groove.
Yzma.
Yeah, she does kind of look like Yzma. And, you know, they meet you underground in the necropolis, away from the guards, away from everyone else, where you can talk freely. And, Sahar properly introduces herself as a mercenary who is originally from Mazzali, and she very much fights for the people, and she's overjoyed to see the Magambia here, ready to help, you know, the people under the tyrannical rule of Walkenna.
Oof, those be blasphemous words.
Yes, well, we know exactly the words to say when we are in Walkenna's presence, in the presence of his lackeys. But now we are ourselves, and you may speak freely as well.
Fair enough.
So,
I'll like go and like offer to shake her hand. Have we met before?
we have not, Sahar says. Or did you mean Suel?
What gym do you go to? Yes, Suel.
Yeah, Suel. She'll grasp your hand and squeeze a little bit, and she says, like, the world's my gym, soldier.
As it is mine, but also other worlds are my gym as well.
Ah, other worlds. Interesting.
Yes, you never know where you'll end up, but you always know that you at least can get your workout.
Battle of the Brawn.
Oh.
Gotta flex on her a little.
Actually-
start like spinning around like an ape.
Yeah, she'll do that too. So let's have a test. Let's have a test of strength here. She wants to see exactly how strong you are.
Flex off. Yes.
Flex off. Let's go.
I'll be the like ring dude judge.
Neon.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Oh no. Hero point.
Okay.
Oh, okay, didn't get.
It's twice as good.
Yeah.
I
I
would
tried.
I would
Drunk
have
just woke up.
That's okay. I would have also accepted a warfare lore to discuss tactics and stuff like that, but they do seem impressed by your show of strength, so you can add another influence for a total of 2 with the Bright Lions.
Ooh.
How are we tracking the influence? Because I was not here.
Oh, this
Belva.
is how we're doing it. I put the number as the elevation over the token
Okay.
of the representative. That
Okay,
way,
okay.
no one gets confused. And we don't need like a second sheet or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yep.
So tell me, what sort of things are you going to do to combat Walkenna while you are here?
I guess
I-
combat's not the right word for it.
Yeah, direct confrontation is definitely a bad idea.
We agree. We never directly combat Walkenna either. We take opportunities to make pinpoint strikes and undermine him wherever we can.
I mean, politics. I think.
Hmm.
I
Politics.
think we're working on a good start here with trying to, open up the city and stuff like that.
Ah, so that is your goal. Mercantile business.
I mean-
Of sorts.
We have other goals. I mean, I'm trying to deadlift, this, but yeah, I guess you could call it a goal, I think it's just like what we're kind of here for, and we think that more people would get hurt if we go any other avenue. We don't want hurt, innocent.
Well, you are very practical. However, sometimes innocents do get hurt, and that is for the greater good. At least that is what I believe. But you Magambians, you seem soft to me at first, and then she starts taking another look at you and whatnot. I I believe you've changed from the reports that I have seen. Your cave bear seems to have grown into the
Mountain bear.
proper size.
Oh, he
your
was just shy earlier.
your Shishk was almost unremarkable, but now she is glowing like gold. This generic man seems to be much more intimidating than he was before, and you. We did not see you before, but now we do.
I was busy.
I love the tie.
It was tax season, and I did not know that I had to file tax.
Ah, yes. I received notification myself. I'm still waiting for the taxes to be completed. Only 8 weeks after the deadline. I'm sure they'll get to it eventually.
I had like 12 years of back taxes.
Oh dear.
They owed me a lot.
A long story involving him sitting in the basement trying to eat rats, but
Those rats were, you could write them off.
tax deductible.
You also bring the first dragon to come to Mazzali in over a century.
She's oh, in Mazzali, yeah. She was at Blood Salt.
A cloud dragon? Well,
Yep, one of the few.
Well, Kenna does not take kindly to clouds, as you can see from our ever-clear skies.
Well, I mean, he's kind of basic.
He believes that it obscures his radiance. Though he may seem like an ancient undead, I assure you he has not aged since 10 years, in thinking or otherwise. Though he be a brilliant strategist, though he be one of the most powerful people to sit on the throne, he is still 10 years old, and he will remain 10 years old for all eternity.
What do you know about the City of Gold?
The City of Gold? It is a legend, a myth. We tell it to children.
Oh, I mean, I just only heard it in passing. And, it's good for our studies to learn of things like this. So, one of you can tell it to us. That'd be great.
Of
Real quick.
course. It is said within the lost City of Gold lies the Fountain of Youth. And guarding that Fountain of Youth is an ancient demigod tree creature, capable of wiping the minds of others who come into contact with it. The great Archmage Jatambe was said to have visited there once, and when he left for the stars, it was one of the few places that he remained in contact with. I assume because you are Magambians, you have talked with him.
Yeah. Yeah, we've kind of worked through a little bit with him, and like seen him around, but not too much, I guess. It's just more been our Archmage Obama.
I am not familiar with this Obama.
Yeah, you don't need him. He hasn't made an appearance yet, even though he's been here for weeks.
Very interesting.
I think he's catching up with Netflix shows or something.
Are you certain a member of your delegation was not kidnapped?
Was his name Zaris?
Oh, not Zeris. She's talking about Obiama.
Well, now that you said that, and having had that happen once before, now I'm thinking about it.
Well, tell me about this Obama. What is he like?
Very laissez-faire. Unless if you do something good, he takes credit for it. If you do something bad, he blames you, and kind of looks down at other teachers. He cares about like the statistics, but not the reason. So he's clearly staying out of the reason why we're here, even though he would have more influence than we would. Probably because he's too much of a fucking bitch to do anything.
I believe that you have been misled.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Grung gets misled all the time.
Are you familiar that minions of Walkenna are able to disguise themselves?
As what?
Well, take Azim Azem, for instance. And she gives you like a depiction of him. Show players. See the many faces behind him. This is a depiction of the many forms he can take. Though he looks large in appearance, the Azura itself is medium in size, and can take the appearance of other medium-sized creatures. Adept at magic and deception.
Oh, right. I remember him. He was in the market that one day.
Convenient that he would reveal himself in that form at the same time that your Obama conveniently went missing. In fact, and she pulls out Obama's clothes, I believe they may be one and the same, and then lays them down on the ground before you.
That's a distressing accusation.
One that I have proof for.
We do like proof.
We do.
And so, she begins to show you a sun mural and the depiction of what happened to Walkenna when he was killed over a century ago and then put on to display by the council, you know, like in the hopes that one day he would return and get rid of the invaders and whatnot. One of the things that was summoned was a similar creature to Azim Azem, one of the ancient servants of a very powerful pharaoh within the Magambia, or excuse me, the Mwangi Expanse. Just to the west of Osiris.
I guess.
This one was renowned for prophecies, disguising them as logic questions. I don't suppose that sounds familiar to you.
Not particularly.
Are you certain that you have never had contact with a creature like this before?
Oh, there was one in the plaza, wasn't there?
Not before that?
Maybe a little bit before that.
And did they say
That's where we
anything?
most recently saw him. He was very afraid of me the last time I saw him.
Well, you are a powerful mage.
Yeah, there.
Perhaps he was frightened that you would see through him now.
I mean, I didn't, I guess. The last time we saw him before that, I guess roughed him up would be a good word for it. Grog was there. Good time.
Huh? Who'd I fuck up?
The Lion Man?
Oh, yeah, that was when I showed up. I think I bent him the wrong way.
Well, it seems you are connected to this creature in some way. Though why he would be posing as your Obayama, I do not know. But there is one unmistakable piece of proof that I have. And within the clothing that she recovered, she shows you the signet of Walkenna that Obayama had on him, that he claimed to have gotten from the king himself in order for the delegation to receive permission to come here. These are not handed out lightly, if at all. And she puts
I
it
have
down
one of
on the
those
table.
too. I took it from whatever that one mage was that I sunk into the ground.
The holy symbol? The holy symbols
Yeah.
are everywhere.
What's
But
that one then?
This
Is that like the little police badge or something? Like,
This one allows entrance into the city by outsiders. Only one was granted within the last century. The others that come to our city are from Vidric, and they aren't even considered part of the Mwangi Expanse because of their intermarriage with what we believe to be colonists. So they are not seen as pure Mwangi Expanse natives. But do with that information what you will. We will continue observing.
We might investigate a little bit ourselves.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Since you have told me directly what you are doing and how you wish to accomplish it, I think we'll stay out of your way from now on.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Seems our wants are aligned. Just some change is all we really want. Things get stale after hundreds of years.
Yes, yes, absolutely. They've been very stale. And she's gonna offer you a lion scythe and a sunsling weapon. And she's going to make sure that you have available to you the Bright Lion archetype. Just in case you want to get a little bit more familiar with the inner workings of Walkenna's society and also how to better lie to him. We are very adept at lying to Walkenna, not only because of our protection from the three old sun gods, but it seems you're also to thank for the ascension of a new god, who is also helping us.
That's good. Yeah, she's pretty cool.
So, long backstory behind that.
Is there anything else you wish to do or say with this woman?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we go.
All right. You
Unless
helped.
she has any questions for us.
Nope. She knows that you helped with the Eclipse Temple. That's going to be one more influence, and you seem to have reached an understanding. So that's a 4. She's going to stay out of your way, and she's not going to hinder you in your progress. You may seek her out in the future if you wish. So she's
First
at 4.
person we actually seem to agree with.
She very much agrees with you.
That is good.
So you're at 4 of 8 with her. And now that you have it, I'm going to take this. And you can get to the necropolis. Also, she'll help you for your practical research. Since they are based within the necropolis and always moving positions, it's far too dangerous for the guards and the other undead who serve Walkenna to go down here because of the protection of the old gods. You can also study the real society of Mazzali, the one that Walkenna has not censored or removed the old god's influence from.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
So what would you like to do next?
So we've already did our research on the Lost City of Gold. Should we head there or ask?
Well, from what I understand, and if I remember this right from last week, if we go to the Lost City of Gold, it is a one-way trip.
Correct. So if you do not convince Walkenna to change his mind and his heart and get through everyone with 8 influence, you can never come back.
Ooh.
Which I will allow. I will allow you to do, but it seemed like the consensus was that you wanted to play the influence game from last time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, still working it.
Mm-hmm. So who's next?
I don't- Who are these people? Because
Simbwala is head of the official council, and Wakessa is a social worker who sees to the personal needs of the citizens, especially when it comes to the needy and those who could benefit most from Walkenna's influence. He's basically a social worker that goes around and writes down what looks right and what doesn't, and how they can best fix it. Simbwala leads a small council which sees to the day-to-day affairs within Mazzali, because Walkenna cannot be bothered to run the city. He's more of a figurehead that decides everything. The council itself does the real gears which run the city. They see to all the meticulous things.
well, I think we go to them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably want
Yeah.
the social worker first. Seems like
Okay.
might
Yeah.
be easier to convince. That'd be my best guess.
All right. So first, you'll need to contact him, and it's going to surprisingly be a difficult task to find this social worker. Because anyone who regards this man as an ally is very, very unwilling to share his whereabouts. But you'll have a chance of spotting Wakessa if you keep an eye out for him, rather than relying on Mazzali's citizens to locate him. So,
Can I use my hunting lore to track him down?
absolutely, yes, because you have seen what he looks like. He was at the military demonstration with Worknesh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Grung spends the better part of the afternoon trying to track this guy down, and no luck. The best he can come up with is several people who resemble him, but he dresses very simply, and the golden glyphs on his face can be seen on several people. If only you had more to go on. So I'll say that took about an hour.
Maybe instead of asking for him, we could ask specifics on what he looks like, and people would be more willing to answer that.
But that's just what I did. I found all the people that looked like him.
Yes, but if we had a specific trait that he looked like, then it'd be easier to find him. That's my only guess. Either that or we keep looking.
Or maybe someone that we have influence is where he's at.
Well, as I did mention, the people of Mazzali, even those who see him as an ally, are hesitant to share his whereabouts. So, yeah, this is more of a how are you going to find this guy on your own kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look.
So, I just had an idea.
Go over it.
So, I was thinking about Harrow's visiting the captain of the guard again,
Okay.
because she likes us. And Harris has been thinking about more martial pursuits lately for reasons. Possibly like entering a casual conversation with her over training or whatever, and just casually letting slip the idea that, hey, how did you contact some of the council members to get them to come and watch us before?
Okay. Well, you know where she is. There's no check this time, because once you contact them once, you can go back to them as many times as you wish now.
Maybe while he's doing that, I'm gonna go to the more, how would I put it? The low class areas of the city, and
Sure.
kind of look around there.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
more
yeah.
sense to me that the people in need would be where this guy is if he's actually doing his job.
Okay, okay. So who's going with Haros and who's going with Samshu?
I'll go Samshu.
Okay. I'll put Samshu over there. McGee, who are you going with?
I'll go with Heros then.
Okay. So we'll do Haros first. And Worknesh is training the guards, as she always is. And when she notices you come over and she says, like, you've come to spar again, have you? You'll find no quarter from us.
I wouldn't ask for any.
My, you've grown.
Yes, it seems that the sun here has been good for me for multiple reasons.
And she laughs heartily and says, like, yes, the sun certainly does good for us all. What can the Chosen of Walkenna do for the delegation of Magambia today?
Sparring aside, I was hoping to, how do I put this? There were members of the council here during our last exhibition.
Simwala? Yes, he was here.
I was wondering if you had any insight on how to get in contact with them.
Well, anytime that there's mention of money, you can bet that the council is going to be there. They're a bit, motivated by cardinal desires. Also, they wanted to see you in action from the Magambia in person. Themba was very adept at getting everyone together in quick pace. He's the one that sort of put the and she makes sure to lean in close to you and McGee as she says this. Themba has made it impossible for you to see anyone else until he is satisfied. But you didn't hear that from me.
Didn't hear what?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He is a very, very vain man, a very deceptive man, and a very cruel man. This is a man who would assassinate a member of Mazzali simply on principle.
A good bit of information to have, for sure.
Absolutely. And I hope you use that information well. I want to see you succeed. I, more than anyone, have a vestige and, let's say, an investment in your success now.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Well, I won't ask the specifics of your motivations. As interesting as I'm sure they are. are.
Allow me to tell you my backstory.
Oh no, we're
No,
getting
please
sucked in.
no.
Ah!
Not
It
lore.
all happened when Zack Snyder got a Netflix original special and decided, I want 8 hours. I can't possibly do it in 3 hours. We can't do enough caricature in that time. I can barely tell any story as it is. And Harros loses an hour. Back to Grung and Samshu.
Ah!
So you're
Alrighty.
you're going through the downtrodden and whatnot, and for a perfect city like Mazzali, there are a lot of poor people. But they're happy poor people, which is weird.
I'm sure they're actually happy and not just putting on a happy face for us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? True.
What?
Are they happy?
You know, let's do a nice society check.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Do these
assist.
people actually seem happy, or do they look like they're just putting on a happy face while we walk by?
Of
Here
course.
is my aid.
Ooh.
Private GM. Nope. Blind GM.
Is it 15 or 20 that you
It's 15, so that's a crit.
plus 2?
Yeah. So as you do your society check and whatnot, and you say whether the people are really happy or not, this man comes out from behind a dark alley and jumps out in front of you. Of course they're happy.
Oh, Grunk punches him in the face. No. It's Ranger nature.
So Wakesa is going like, yes, I can answer that question. Of course we're happy. We're all happy to be in the sun, to bask in the radiance of Volcana, the Great One. All should know happiness. Everyone. Hello.
Of course.
We've been looking for you.
I have been avoiding you.
That's fair.
That's
It's
fair
good
as
to
well.
find you. It's good to know that you're actually doing your jobs.
Yeah, but now Grung has your scent. Can't avoid
Excuse
it
me?
no longer.
Man is,
I
Uncomfortability check, Bramble. Oh, no.
crit.
I'm very uncomfortable. Why is this man sniffing me?
Oh.
Is this what outsiders are like? Is this how they say
Yeah.
hello?
This is just Grung. This is
Oh.
just
This is
Grung.
me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Alright.
I was beaten as a child.
Ah,
And an adult.
Yeah,
you think you would have turned out better.
I did. You should see my siblings.
Oh dear.
Literally.
We've been looking for you. We want to talk.
Absolutely, yes. What would you like to talk about?
Well, first, it's nice to meet you. I think if you met any of my party before, I was not there.
I would
was
have
likely
remembered
sick.
you. I absolutely would have remembered you.
They say you are a social worker. Grung does not know what that does. Like,
Well,
so do you work for the socials, like the social medias?
no, I work for Welkenna, as we all do. My primary function within the city is to make it better for everyone, and also to make sure that resources are going to where they need to be, and also that the citizens are happy and comfortable.
They all definitely
yeah.
seem to be happy.
What can we do to help that? Like long term, not short term. And we can, if there's anything you need right now, like, something moved out of the way, I could help you. But like, I think we're all here to see, with our journey and our trip here from the school, like, what can we long term help with?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Grung, was it?
Yes, Grung with 2 G's.
I would assume it's I I am very hesitant about outsiders, especially when I was a child. Walkenna rescued me from a raid of different nationalities? Colonists? Yes, I'll say that. Colonists! And I can tell by the fact that you're wearing a mask that you are not a native born of the Mwangi expanse. The only reason why I decided to pop out when I did is because of your Shishk friend here.
Oh yeah, Grung's you know, he's from far away, but I mean, for the past like many years, I've been living here and helping teach those of the Mwangi as as part of the school.
Oh yes, yes, and
So-
I'm certain that you have worked in your colonist ethos into your studies as well, haven't you?
Oh no, honestly, I don't teach any of that. All I work on is helping people attain the physical form that they wish, as well as living a healthy lifestyle. But it's as well as how to defend themselves in case they are ever attacked.
No one within Mazzali is ever attacked. Walkenna sees to that.
We were attacked.
Ah, yes, but you were outsiders.
Well,
I'm
like
not an outsider.
you just said that
I'm from the Expanse, and
she was
definitely
hurt.
under attack.
She was hurt.
Ah, well, for that, I am most regretful to hear. I am sorry.
Well, I'm glad you are. I mean, it's been quite a bit of time, but maybe you should be more open-minded, especially when it comes to people.
An open mind is an invitation to disease and heresy.
Oh no, he's a Warhammer 40k.
What a nerd! No.
The Adeptus Mechanicus teaches us not to trust outsiders.
Although I do agree that everyone here does seem happy, you would have to agree that everyone here is not financially well off.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, as you can see, as you get further out from the center of the city, things become a bit more destitute. But that doesn't mean that we can't pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps, now can we?
Absolutely not. That's good, but that's something that we look to help with. If we obviously we're a delegation and we're here to see what we can do to help, and I think one thing that would definitely help would be the ability for us to bring wealth in. You guys could sell goods to us, and bring more wealth in, and that would make more tax money, which would give more money to everyone.
This
Grunk's busy just looking at his boots like, can I pull myself up by my own bootstraps?
With the right mindset, he can.
So, yeah, give me a diplomacy check or a society check or a Mazzali lore check or a religion check, or maybe even maybe even a perception check. Yeah, maybe you could convince this man to accept a little bit of help to help the downtrodden.
Almost all of those are 20, so I'll go with 20.
Okay.
We'll go diplomacy.
Okay.
Line GM.
Mm-hmm.
That is my assist, +1.
Okay. So he looks at you and he sees like Grung helping you and whatnot, and he takes a good look at you, Samshu, and he begins to smile a little bit and says like, you talk a lot of sense. And as I'm to understand, Shishk themselves are a bit of isolationists, just like those in Mazzali. Perhaps that's why we get along with each other so well.
Of course. It's, most Shishk, like myself, are seekers of knowledge, and I pride myself in that fact. But, for me to stay in with my my people in the mountains would definitely limit my ability to gather them. So, as much as sometimes I don't want to go out, I think it's important for things to be more open for me knowledge, for you possibly more money for the people and stuff like that.
I agree. I think that is an incredibly logical way of thinking. And you can see that you have earned an influence point with this man, and he seems a bit more receptive to you.
Huzzah. The power of being bird person.
Back at the backstory group,
Oh.
and then you see the ship came out of a huge sort of space vagina. Afterwards, they went to the farming sim planet, and it was there that they learned that the grain is life. The grain was like the spice melange itself, and they could defeat the Emperor with it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This is what a narrative is called.
Eros just smiles and nods.
I'm just there wide-eyed, just nodding along as well, having spaced out approximately 14 hours ago.
Oh, God.
His familiar is fully asleep.
Oh. She will keep talking unless you stop her.
As fascinating as this is, I think we've taken up enough of your time.
Oh, of course, of course. I can continue the backstory discussion at another date.
Perhaps another time. Yes, yes.
We would love to hear more, but later.
Oh, yes, of course, I understand. Don't remember, please remember, every time you press the play button and whatnot, it's counted as fully viewing the movie.
Yes, thank you for enlightening us.
We will keep that in mind. And Eros just kind of like ushers McGee away.
Let's go.
Yeah. And it's gonna be sundown now. Or near sundown time.
We'll say our goodbyes to. Well, first we'll be like, of course, is there anything that we can help you with? In the city while we're here.
Not yet, but I would like to help you, Samshu. And he's going to arrange for some local carters and some public transportation for you to cut down your travel time within the city by half.
All right, I like it.
So,
Is there anything? I'll ask. I'm sorry before.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need help with right away?
and he takes
Like a manual or physical labor that perhaps I could help with?
He looks at you and he goes like, I'm just not sure that you're not here to do some harm yet. I want to grow into this relationship a little bit more. You are an incredibly intimidating man, Grung with 2 G's.
Yes.
I need to get to know you a little bit more. But you, Samshu, you seem pretty on the level. And he gives you like the taxi pass or whatnot, so you and your friends can get around town twice as fast.
All right. Well, I'll thank him, and thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure we'll meet again and be able to help each other out.
Absolutely. You will not find me anywhere else but within the public. Don't go looking for me inside of buildings or any other place that is confined. I prefer to be fully seen conversing with you and the delegation while in the employ of Walkenna.
Yeah. Grung would like
Sense.
turn and give him a wave after not caring whatever,
Yeah.
if he didn't want his help or not. Like, don't worry, I could find you.
Oh my god!
I can smell you.
I can't believe you sniffed him! Alright.
Once a barbarian, always a barbarian.
Eros is the one with scent, and he hasn't even sniffed anyone yet.
Well, Grung actually
Yes.
gets keen senses when he rages. King sense.
Oh, well, that
scent.
explains it.
Yeah.
Wait, was he raging when he did that?
No, but
God.
what? Don't blame me.
Not blaming you. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you're doing.
I mean, it's intimidating.
It was.
Giant man comes up and smells you and like, you're
He's-
now. I can find you now.
You
Like,
scared-
holy shit!
You definitely scared him. Alright, so you go back to the hotel and, it's sundown and whatnot. You're getting ready to go to bed for the night. And then these 2 people show up. Well, we're back. Let the master know when we check in, would you?
Certainly.
Oh, how was it?
Well, in my profession, we got fucked.
Oh,
Is
is
the
that-
good or the bad way?
The
Yeah.
bad way, and she points over to Jen.
Oh,
Did she get a new haircut? She looks different.
She does look different. She can't talk either.
okay.
Oh. Did the
there-
hairdresser slip and cut out her tongue as well?
No, 24 consecutive counts of fraud will do that to a Philistopheles.
I'll
Okay.
just have a closer look and nod. Okay.
What kind of
Noted.
fraud?
Well, apparently someone took contracts that she had written up and then used them and presented them without her presence.
Oh,
Which is
Do those
highly
hold
illegal.
up?
No.
no.
They must be presented by a devil. The only mortal that can present an infernal contract is the Magistrix herself within Cheliax.
So that's what those were.
Oh, is that why Xeris is hiding?
He's hiding?
I guess he's not here, is he?
Oh no.
I believe
I-
this is called having a fall guy.
I
Yeah.
must
Also,
I must
Ru-
find him
Ruby,
immediately.
How do you spell your name? Is it with a Y or an I?
It's with a Y. It's with a
Okay.
Y because I
got-
always get my man.
Okay.
Now, is it a U or a W?
It is a
Two
U.
G's.
One
I-
and two.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and every time I try to read your mind, I go into PTSD. I must find Xeris
That's-
immediately before he does anything else.
Post-traumatic stress training?
Just lift your problems away.
And they're gonna go off in the hotel and try to find Xeris. But yes, you may press the rest for the night button.
I want more health.
Me too.
I love that
Preparing my
Grung.
little staff of fire.
Grung is the only one over 200 HP. He still wants more
Yes.
health.
I'm surprised I'm over 100.
I have 229 max health.
Wow.
Soon I will join the 200 club.
I wonder if I could break 300.
I'm sure you could. Did you
If
take
you try hard
toughness?
enough.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are the right words to say about Grung. Just try harder. Yeah, you're right. Stop being a bitch.
just lift.
He's
Eat
in the
more eggs.
Grung's just in the mirror, like you're weak. Be stronger. You could
Aw.
break that man, rip him in half like a phone.
Could he break a mirror by flexing too hard?
Oh god.
Maybe. Well, it depends. If he was trapped in a mirror, I could
Then
break these
death.
cuffs. Ah!
Just break a
Body
mirror of soul
dysmorphia.
trapping.
Just flex your way out.
You guys ever seen was it the Netflix show Reacher? Where
Yes.
they put him in the flexi cuffs, and he's like behind his back, and they're like, okay, well, let's get you out of those cuffs. And he's like, okay, and he just stands up and breaks them. It's like, oh, you could have broken those anytime I wanted to. Like, I remember when I had to try to break fucking the zip ties for some of my training, like they zip tied me up or whatever, and like, yeah, you gotta like jam it where your hips are in like a wedge, like a V, and you gotta go really hard. And I just fucking punched myself in the gut.
At least you didn't aim lower.
Yeah, I eventually broke them, but the first one I just like fucking punched myself instead of breaking them.
Oh god. So it is the next morning. Who would you like to try and contact next? Now that you have gathered quite a bit of information that you didn't have before.
I still have a headache from the lore dump yesterday.
There's more.
Ah.
There's more lore.
I'm guessing you guys told us about Simbuala, though, right? And how he wants to meet us before anyone else.
Themba.
Themba wants to meet us
yes.
before
Yeah.
anyone else.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So we could do this one of two ways. We could either go to Themba, or we could piss off Themba and try to find Simbuala.
I don't think that the second I mean the second option is an option. I just don't know if it's a good option.
And it's hilarious. Yeah. Because what we got is it Aziko and Simbuala are the only ones we haven't really contacted yet. But I think it'd be easiest to find Themba. So
yes, because there are others that we haven't contacted yet, but I feel like Themba is going to be an obstacle, so we should probably just like smooth that over first.
yeah. And I got this bus pass.
Neat.
Yes. Also, I could find this guy whenever I want to, and he's really afraid of me.
Yes, I smelled
I
his
don't think
urine.
That's a good thing.
He pissed himself, though.
I don't think this is a good thing.
It's
Anyway,
it's a great thing because, yeah. So
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, like, I just started recently smelling weird things and don't think I like it. Not sure why you're doing it on purpose.
I mean, I don't know. That's how it goes. Like, growing up, there's a lot of weird smells. You could smell like a giant T-Rex a mile away, so you know to run away.
There's so many weird smells just in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the eggs.
I don't know how you do it.
Krong will grab something out of his pack and hand him a ration. Here, what does this smell like?
A ration.
Stale bread.
It
Moldy
smells,
bread.
it smells like fungus and salt.
Oh, wrong one.
What?
Sorry. I've been saving that one.
Oh no.
Anyway, I'll tell everyone about Kessa though, and how he's for the people, for the downtrodden, but pretty afraid of anyone who's not of the Mwangi expanse. So it's me and the dragon.
Kind of begs the question what exactly he's afraid of, but I
Probably
suppose
the
that'll,
raiders that tried to murder him as a child. But
yeah, that'd do it. Yeah.
Childhood trauma is what he's afraid of. But we'll get him a therapist.
Ah, the backstory, listener.
Yes, I wrote it down. The only problem is I miss half the session, so I miss half the backstories.
You get half the picture.
Yes.
So who next?
That is okay, though. Probably Themba.
Okay, so you're gonna
One
go to his, you're going to go to his manor?
What do y'all think? Because that's the best idea I got.
I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
the first time going to his manor and actually walking through the front door willingly.
Let's do.
Okay. So you go up to Thembos Sifu's manor, and the servants answer the door and whatnot, and they say yes, come in. The master has been expecting you. And they take you out to the nice little veranda where you have all the plants and everything, and you see the seeds he's planted that you gave him as a nice gift, and they're sprouting. And he comes in and he says welcome, friend Grung, welcome. Heros. Welcome, McGee. Welcome, Samshu. Welcome, Exame. How may I be of assistance with you today?
We've heard through the grapevine that you'd like to meet with us.
I would. I want to tell you that I managed to gain you an influence point with Niraka as a symbol of my friendship to you.
Well, that was very thoughtful.
It
How
was
did you do that?
incredibly
Just,
thoughtful.
How'd you do that? Just reassured her of our what we're trying to do here?
I reminded her of her responsibilities and that I am more powerful than her.
That'll do it. So I guess we should head inside and I guess discuss what you want to discuss.
Of course, of course. And he'll have like a meal prepared for you and whatnot, and it's a very relaxed, casual setting.
All right. It's a typical sheath I'll eat, but not much.
Mm.
Eros is probably eating twice as much as he did 2 days ago.
Making up for me.
What about you, McGee? Are you eating?
I am. The normal, average person-sized portion.
Yes, yes.
Average as always.
How about Grung?
It's food.
It's food.
What do you think he does? He eats.
Okay, yeah, yeah. And
He
after
avoids the carbs if he can, but not to the point where it's rude.
and
Got
once
any eggs?
yes, he has eggs brought out for you.
Like a vacuum.
Oh God. I must say, I am very impressed with your delegation. No buildings have been destroyed since you've arrived.
Of course. Have you had problems in the past of buildings being destroyed?
Oh, we have had bloodlords before.
Oh, of course. We're no bloodlords. We've been very straightforward with you about what we're trying to do here. Just,
Absolutely, and I am most grateful to you for it. Although I do have my suspicions.
Oh,
what would those be?
Well, a powerful set of spellcasters just happened to come to the city on a delegation from one of the most powerful and prestigious magical schools in the world, at a time when Walkenna is trying to expand his influence. Seems very convenient.
Well, of course, if the school was going to send somebody, they would send people, from the school that were high ranking, and most people high ranking in the school are, they are, powerful mages, or powerful in general, in reference to Grung.
Yes, yes, and he looks at Grung. Tell me of your power, Grung. Tell me of your conquests.
I think my greatest one was the like tribe football team I was on. He starts going on about like essentially like his high school peak, and then he'll eventually go into like, oh, but then the school accepted me. I didn't know what to do. Their counselor wasn't that good, so I just kind of like lazed around and was kind of homeless for a bit until Samshu and them found me in Victoria. I don't know where she's been at. And then we ended up he just like starts basically relaying everything. Going on exploits. Got swallowed by this. Set it on fire from the inside. Fish giant crocodile set it on fire on the inside.
You can see as you talk about all these acts of brutality, you can see this man smiling more and more, like he's really enjoying this.
There was a worm that took me down, and then I got out and then crawled up. The schools helped me with a lot of magic, and I believe that I am one of the only druids that actually cares for animals.
You are a druid?
Apparently. I mean, I think I'm better than most druids because they'll claim that they protect and serve the wilds, but then they'll like go out of their way to save like an animal from the natural course. I mean, I mean, animals got to eat too,
Ah, yes, survival of the fittest. I agree with you whole. Body and soul, Grung. You are very much a man after my own heart.
If what, like, let's say it was a group of tribals or things like conquistadors or whatever the hell they are that kind of are trying to like just hunt an animal to the point where it affects the ecosystem. He's like, nah, that's not okay. I'd fuck those guys up.
I bet you would. You are wasted on the druids, Grung.
Probably. I mean, they try to talk to me about their hippie shit and have them smoke with them, but nah.
No, not a man like you. You are a man of
No,
action.
Yep, and workouts, lots of workouts. It's like I got my pre-morning one, then I eat my meal, and then I have my snack, and I do my like 20-mile run, and then I go into usually like back and arms, and then eat for lunch. My lunch snack. He's just like going on and on.
Yep. So
It basically it just sounds like all of Grung's day is essentially filled with workouts.
he very much likes that, and you earn an influence point with him, especially since you talked about acts of cruelty and violence.
Yay, Grung's normal.
Yep. Who else would like to try and influence this man, otherwise with role play or just straight up skill check?
I don't think that Samshu has the backstory for it. Not very cruel. But I will assist somebody else.
I don't know. Heros is.
You've had cruelty happen to you.
And what
True.
about you, Cave Bear? Have you no conquests to speak of yourself?
Mine are probably less martial than Grung's.
But yes, tell me feats of your magic.
Well, there were things that I did before I really came into my own concerning magic. But there was an incident where a few colleagues were kidnapped, in a more or less, by snake men, I believe it was.
Yes, the snake men who used to dominate Galarian along with the Cyclopses.
Well, they took over a manor, and I was asked, quote unquote, by family to help take care of the problem. I had less control then.
And he seems to brighten up when you mention less control. Yes, tell me what you did to them.
There was a lot of fire involved. Long story, less long, nobody that I cared about died.
I'm going to attempt to help him embellish his story, be like, he's being far too modest about how much fire there was. It was
That's
a
a
lot.
plus.
He actually burned down a library.
That's a +1. Heros, what are you going to use that with? Are you going to use that with deception, performance, athletics, diplomacy?
I'm gonna use that with. You know what? Let's use athletics.
Okay. Blind roll, please, and don't forget the +1.
Okay, blind roll. Yep, it's already on blind. Will you let me manually roll it to add the +1?
It will be right there in the pop-up window. You'll put a +1 circumstance add.
Oh, yep, there it is. Wow.
Yep.
That's different.
I made sure to update.
Circumstance. Did it add the +1?
Nothing has rolled yet.
Okay, add modifier. Yep, there we go.
Oh, and he looks very, very pleased with the story as Samshu starts embellishing and whatnot, and you see him just perk up. And he just goes like, yes, yes, you are every bit what I imagined. Your magic is impressive. It is powerful. You destroyed your enemies. These are the things that I enjoy. This is what makes life. To make your enemies flee before you and hear the lamentations of their women.
Ah, I love that movie. What?
What?
What's a movie?
Huh? I don't know. All I see is just this Austrian sitting down
I'll-
in a cave.
So, Themba's gonna drop his suspicions of the delegation and no longer assigns a member of the secret police to follow you. As you see, like, like there were a couple people, he points to them outside that, like some faces that didn't seem quite familiar, but you've kind of seen around town, and he kind of waves them away and goes like, we'll have no more of that. There's no more reason for me to follow you around anymore. And I promise not to interfere with your meetings with other members of the council or anyone else you wish to discover within the city and influence. So you're 1 point away from completely winning this man over.
That fool.
McGee, any stories of conquest?
Oh,
My upbringing has been quite
Be anything
average.
you want it to be.
Not too outstanding, I would say.
I would say the same thing about my own upbringing.
Yes. But also my exploits with this group. I feel like everyone else has truly excelled, while I've just sort of done what needed doing.
Tell me, what did need doing?
How do I put this? Sometimes things get in our way, and the only way to remove them is by physical force. And that's usually been the mantle I take up during our exploits.
he's the friendly neighborhood fighter, man.
Yes.
Well, tell me.
Merely here to assist to resolve altercations.
Tell me of these altercations. How did you resolve them?
Well, sometimes when we face aquatic foes, perchance, we end up with a nice and hearty meal of fish sticks. And the preparation requires a lot of cutting.
Samshu kind of references over to him. He's like, more details, gruesome details.
This man has asked for your backstory.
And you've told him about fish fillets.
Yes.
Well, if you wish to discuss combat with him, you could always try athletics. Or warfare
I
lore.
could do that. I'm not good at the lores.
Athletics is fine. Blind roll, please.
Let me blind GM roll.
And as McGee starts to discuss combat with this man, you feel that you have completely won him over, and he is just beaming at your group, going like, I knew it. I knew you were warriors. Please. And he signals for the servants to shutter the windows and whatnot and close the blinds. And he says, please, take off your masks. Let me see your faces.
What? Take off what?
take off your clothes.
Wait, my help.
Oh god!
But yeah, take off the mask. No problem.
Yeah.
Well, Grug takes off his mask, but his antlers stay.
Yeah.
They looks like they're part of the mask, but they're not.
He takes a good look at your face and puts his hand up to your cheek and goes like, I see so much within you, Grung. And you, McGee, I see so little within you.
Just how he likes it.
Just
Tell you-
how I like it, yes.
You've been a good man. Tell you what, we could tell you more stories later. I know one about some Tomb Raiders that you would absolutely love.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And for you, friend Grung, the most precious...
2Gs.
2Gs, the most precious gift of all I can give you. I tell you that members of Volcana's Hand are not only in Mazzali, but anywhere Mazzali has interests. I will not be more specific than this, but if you, friend Grung, are to call out the words, may Volcana's Hand smite you, and indicate any citizen of Mazzali, other than myself, of course, my agents will assassinate that citizen at their earliest opportunity. An important figure will take longer for the right opportunity to arise, but my people will get the job done. And he clasps your shoulders and says, you are a fine man, Grung with 2 Gs. I am glad I saw your face without the mask at last. Your delegation is of no threat to Mazzali, and I fully support you.
Thank you.
This dude just went, I like you, Grung. I would literally kill for you.
He will! He will!
Grung has an effect on men and women.
So yeah, I'm gonna say that took the day, but you got 4 influence points with that man. You just all like really poured it on him, but it took the day.
I'm okay with this.
Mhm. A productive day.
Yes.
And you also
Very.
got an influence with Nakura by happenstance.
Yeah, just by chance, you know.
Maybe
Good
someone
for
said
her.
maybe someone said she would die if she didn't get an influence point. I don't know.
You know, something along those lines. Is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Something along the line of, I don't have to say I'm gonna kill you. I'm just gonna kill your family, and they're like, yeah,
Just
oh,
go
I
all
agree.
free on them.
There's
Yeah.
some good people. Grung is cool. I like his muscles.
She had
He's a
magic.
very simple man.
She had magic, so she knew I was telling the truth.
Mm.
That's good. She made us wait one time, and it was really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe we should make a meeting with her and make her wait.
You know, you wait.
You may rest for the night, and that can be your thing tomorrow. We'll meet with her the next day. So go ahead and press rest for the night.
Mhm.
But I didn't. do
Actually,
anything.
we'll wait until if she ever does she ever reach out to us?
She's going to tomorrow because she's been told. She's been told to.
Well, this is our chance. We're gonna give her the classic.
Oof.
So the next day, a messenger appears saying that Nikaraka would like to speak with you
What
At-
a huge surprise.
at the Temple of the Deathless Child. She has something important she has to tell you, or else.
Ignore us for her, but we get it. Let's do it.
Yep.
All right.
We're
So
gonna show up late.
Yeah. How late? How late are you showing up?
About as long as she made us wait that last time.
Oh,
That
no, don't do that.
that will be 4 hours.
Oh.
We'll do 2. We'll do 2.
Okay. So, by the time you show up, she's panicked. Her eyes are sullen with tears, and she just perks up when you arrive at the Temple of the
Yeah.
Deathless Child, and she goes like, "Oh, thank God! Thank Volcana!
Sorry to
She's-
keep you waiting.
She just
Complicated business.
she just hyperventilates. It's just like, I have important news I must tell you. I hereby grant you access to the western part of the city, and I will allow you to do practical research on the history and relics of our countless artifacts at your discretion. You may encounter dangers along the way, but the guards will assist you in any way that they can. And she just gives an exhale, and she just like begins to breathe normally again.
That's very kind of you.
Yes.
It'd be very helpful.
Yep.
Glad to see you have had a change of heart.
I definitely had a change of perspective, she says.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Wakessa?
Wakessa, the social worker? Yes, he's he's a bit of a busybody, but yes, I know him.
He still seems a bit he thinks that of course us outsiders, where I understand his hesitancy towards any outsider that he might meet, but at this point, with what the work we're doing and how we're getting used to, perhaps you could convince him to give us a chance to see how we could help him. Maybe he'd be more open and receptive to us.
Maybe a public works project that we could help with, perhaps.
Yes. Even if it's something mundane, I'd still like to at least show him.
I see. Well, I see no reason why not. I will make sure that he is open to the idea. He does answer to me, after all.
Yeah, because he made it seem like he wouldn't even trust me with even the most simplest of tasks. Even if he watched me, and I was, with working with you and everyone else.
Oh, of course. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that you are one of the gentlest giants I have ever met. Good Lord! Is that Harros?
I've been here the whole time.
I didn't look up. I thought you were a pillar.
Well, that certainly beats being called small every day, so thank you.
I just
he was a barrier.
Oh God.
We now have 4 times the Care Bear as we did before.
And she just
There's
looks at
enough
you.
for everyone.
She just looks at you and goes like, "Aww." Once you get past the size.
You barely notice him sometimes.
Oh.
This is getting unbearable.
God.
Well, this went south very quickly.
All right, let's put this conversation to rest before we hibernate on it.
Oh God. So, would you like to say anything else to this woman, or?
I mean, I don't think there's really anything we could help her with. She's kind of just the voice of Wakena.
Mm-hmm. But she will talk to Wakessa for you, and she will get a public works project to help the poorer neighborhoods and whatnot. You did mention something about getting wealth in, so maybe they could do something where the poor of the city can work in some sort of like a kitchen or whatnot, and do like a community center.
All right, sounded good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, perhaps can you take one of our students with you?
Which student?
Cesare.
Cesare.
He, I think that'd be good if he saw around the city and kind of like shadowed you.
I'm sorry, but there is no one from your delegation of that name. Are you certain you brought him with you?
Oh shit! No, we didn't. Fuck! God damn it! What?
It's
Anchor Root.
Ancient, the small one?
Ancient, the small one, the small scared one.
Well,
Thousands.
I suppose.
She might protest a bit, but I think it'd be good for her to see things. She's been kind of staying inside and doing her own research, and she needs. I think she just needs to see the city at least. You know, with someone with her.
Well, I will do as you ask, and I will get in contact with Kessia and set Ancherut up with this community center project.
Perfect. I just like whisper everyone. Man, it's just hopefully she'll stop talking to that weird doll. She's got
I
something to do with her
guarantee
hand.
she won't stop talking to the weird doll.
I mean, it might. I don't think she would stop, but it might. Take some of her time and.
Just
Been
the
inside
same
all-
we're talking about.
Yeah, she's been inside the whole time, scared.
He has been cooped up for a while. Why didn't we send her with Korite and the others? Speaking of, I do wonder how that bug hunt is going now.
They're still by the river.
What happened?
So Korite had that thing where she basically threw food off the table and said, "I'm going to give the council a piece of my mind." So they came up with the idea that Korite needed to have some practical research to do because you didn't yet have access to the necropolis in order to study things, but you have both sides giving you permission to study it now. So they thought the best part for her to play would be to do her entomology, and there are insects by the Pisani River that she could study, so Professor OT took her out there. So she won't
okay.
get in your way, because she promised the next time you come to the council, she was going to follow right behind you and give them a piece of her mind.
And I assume there's also birds out there for OT.
Yes, they're birds. You killed several birds.
Remember when he thought his wife was a bird,
Yes.
and he was happier.
We haven't told Professor OT about the demon birds, and we won't.
We won't. I know that. That's why I mention it now. But that was fucking hilarious. Now it makes me wonder if there's any well, I mean, Samshu kind of has quills, but bird species. Why didn't he go for that?
Yeah, why'd he go for a sheath?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There aren't many of us around, and I don't think I'm willing.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
not saying that. He's your teacher. What?
I want the knowledge, not the teacher.
Oh, my God. More fan fiction for the archives.
Oh no. The Rule
My-
34, if it exists.
My pen is ready.
Oh no.
It's the archive of our own stories.
Yes, McGee, take a hero point.
Ah,
I tried to communicate that to Zeros, and he just didn't get it.
He is, smooth brain, smoother than Grung. No wrinkles.
he is aware the site exists.
Ideas just flow off.
Yep. Now Jen is pretty smooth too.
Yes. She takes after her master's brain,
She's
Oh,
the
God.
ball guy.
polished it into a perfect
She's the one who
sphere.
gets the ball. Well, Zeros runs.
So who's next?
Let us see. Well, we still need Symbwala and Aziko? Those are the two that we still need to make contact with.
Who's Aziko?
The one that we have to make contact with, right?
Nope, Simbuala and Wakesa. Those are the two you have right now. You don't know about any others.
Ah, okay.
However,
I guess
you might find out about new people.
Oh, there is also the actual head of the secret police.
Mm-hmm.
We did
Hmm.
forget about her.
Which is good because she's supposed to be a secret.
Yeah, secret police.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Simbola probably, because it sounds like there's something in work with Wakessa, so we'll get
Okay.
there. So I'd say Simbola, but it's up to you guys.
All right.
Open to suggestions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds good to me.
Hmm.
So, yeah, you'll go to the council and whatnot, and he'll greet you, and you'll see the several other members there. They're of less importance than he is. Each of them has their own backstory, but I'm going to be honest with you, they're not important.
Fair enough.
It's just like they're very many similar people to those you've already met. One of which is a girl who's exactly like Nox Solo, which is weird, but whatever.
Is she undead?
She is not undead, but she does like dancing and singing at inappropriate moments.
So just like Nox Solo.
I was gonna
Yes.
say, sounds weird for
It's Reed
something
Solo.
like this. Re Solo.
Well, you're about to find out that that a lot of these positions are based on nepotism and whatnot. So it's not that unusual that someone who's unprepared for political office is often given it.
Just like real life.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, alrighty then.
So what would you like to talk to this man about?
Just, I guess what we're generally about, you know. I don't think we've had much interaction, so we can explain, you know, what we're trying to do here. You know, how we're trying to benefit the city.
Yep.
Is
yep.
there any sports in the city?
And he goes like, yes, there are physical activities, mostly which those are of martial training and whatnot. Did you mean games for children?
I mean something that like athletes would do.
Mm.
You know, like the martial sports sounds interesting. Is that something that you guys look at favorably? Like,
Oh yes,
you're
yes,
like-
very much so. Military service is required.
I mean, it really helps keep a standard. Just for the males or females too?
For everyone, yes.
Oh, impressive. Grung comes from a tribe where we're too small to have our like a dedicated military, and everyone is essentially trained to fend for themselves
He
and at
looks
least
at
be self-sufficient.
he looks at you and says, "You do not look small at all."
The tribe is small in bodies, not in stature.
Ah,
Grung's like, that's it. I did my icebreaker.
all right. So the roles I can accept for the Welkenna's inner circle that this man represents, I can take Arcana, Medicine, Religion, Society, any lore skill, Diplomacy, Deception, or Intimidation.
Yo, did somebody say Arcana? Oh, I'm about that.
Yeah.
Grung will go with not intimidation, because that's not what he's going for right now. In fact, he is going to go with warfare.
Okay. Warfare
And
Lord.
he's going to activate his incredible improvisation.
That is true. I don't think I have any feats to help me with Arcana related to talking to people.
Okay.
But I have a plus 24 in Arcana because I'm magical.
Should I do a blind?
Blind, please. Blind.
I always forget if it's shift or alt that just automatically rolls.
That's okay.
Blind magic.
Well. Alright. So, Samshu, you first, as he begins to look you over. Hang on. Let me see if I'm getting the gender right, first of all. Because they have everybody in a different section of the book. to make it easier for me to, scroll through everything. And of course, there's all these people on the council who do not matter.
Very important. That's why they're in the book.
They don't even have any art, man.
They're just, jeez.
Yeah.
They're true McGee's.
All right, so he's going to take a look at you. I'm pretty... Did you not have the person's gender here? Simwala. Simwala. There we go. Female. Female human diviner.
Hey.
There we go. So this person is the city's diviner and prophetess. And she will talk to you about arcana and whatnot. And she is very impressed with your knowledge of magic. As she looks to you and goes like, Ashishk. Most welcoming to see you out and about in the world. It must mean that the outside world is safe now.
Safer, perhaps. I am always in search for knowledge, so brings me to interesting places like the school and again to here.
So as Samshu is talking with the prophetess, this person comes over to you, Grung, and begins to listen to your talk of warfare lore as he begins nodding along and says like, yes, you are a man who understands. My name is Zubari. I am the first head cleric of Walkenna, and may I be the first to say that although my suspicions of you were predominant at first, I'm growing to like you and your delegation.
Oh, thank you. I do not know much of your ranks for your clergy, but I assume that does that mean that you were at the top, or
I am at the position below Walkenna. Only Walkenna is at the top, for he is the sun.
Oh yeah, of course. He was at a completely I assumed that he was completely separate. He's his own tier. And then like, well, I'm glad that you liked what I had to say. Generally, I just kind of speak what's on my mind and what I know, and if I don't know it, then I don't try to lie or spout untruths.
Well, that is most commendable.
Yeah, it's too much thinking for me. I'll just say what's on my mind.
Ah, yes. I wish more citizens were like you, Grung.
There probably are.
It has come to my attention that you and your delegation were attacked recently.
Recently? Are you talking about in our hotel room when we first got here?
Ah, yes.
Oh, I mean, that was a while ago.
You are most kind to put something like that at the back of your mind. It would be at the forefront of mine if I were attacked.
I mean, initially it was kind of like at the front of our mind, at least for the first few days before other things kind of like, politics and stuff kind of happened. But, I mean, we were mostly just kind of curious because all these talks of your guests, no one would come to hurt you, and then we're attacked.
He nods and says like, we were very sincere when we meant that you would come to no harm, and to find out otherwise was a great grievance to us. Here, allow me to try and make this right, he says. And he's going to assign a few priests of Walkenna to aid the delegation. Once per week, you may request a free spell casting service, and the priest can cast any common divine spell of 5th level or lower for you.
Oh, it's like a better Zeros.
He has been replaced.
Oh,
Gone for 10
God!
minutes. And he's already been replaced.
Without the superiority complex.
I assure you that while you are under my gaze, you will come to no harm. I swear on Wilkenna. I swear on the sun.
Thank you. And should anything happen, I will protect your priest as well.
I appreciate that, Grung. So, Harros and McGee, you doing anything with the council or this new guy who arrived who claims to be the head cleric of Wilkenna himself?
Harros isn't super big on religion.
But he is super big.
He is super big. And I think
He is one of
between
those.
just like
Harris is
between
having
the
fun.
religious talk and remembering the attack on them at the beginning of this
Mhm.
whole thing, Harros forgives, quote unquote, but he doesn't forget. And he is just outwardly agitated.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to attempt an intimidation roll.
Sure. Yeah.
And are we still blind? Yes.
Nope, I could see.
It's all good.
I could see. I'm not blind.
So, your words of bitterness reach not only the council's ears, but this head priest as they look upon you, partially with dread, partially with regret, and they feel quite ashamed of themselves. And, Simbala over here is going to say, like, I'm going to show you how sincere I am with my apology. In addition to what our head priest has given you, I will ask that one of the other subordinate high priests directly supports your delegation from now on. So, you now have, partially, the support of Wilkenna's own priesthood towards your delegation's success. So it's going to be different from this guy, but it's going to be another high priest. He's the head priest, but this is the first high priest that Harros has gotten over to your side. There's a lot of high priests.
I didn't know we were in with the high elves.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Harros's words hit pretty close to home for both of them.
Nice, good cop, bad cop, Harris.
How about you, McGee?
I feel like I missed something important because there was something going on outside that I had to make sure wasn't dangerous or stuff. So a little refresher would maybe be good.
All right, so
on what happened in the past like 10 minutes.
So they have talked to the head cleric, the head priest of Wilkenna, who has just introduced himself, and the head of the council, the prophetess, the seer, and they have been earning influence with them. Basically, they brought out the fact that you were attacked in the past, and both of them are very regretful of that fact. In fact, Harros, while Samshu and Grung were doing things the usual way, one-on-one, Harros just decided to shame them both for letting it happen, after being promised that the delegation would come to no harm.
Yes.
So, do you have any influence that you'd like to try with Simbala or Zubari, or maybe both at once, like Harros did?
I think not.
Are you sure, McGee? This is the whole point of your delegation and
Yes,
being here.
I know. I am trying to think, and the brain is not thinking.
That is fine. It's
Um,
basically they're just asking us about the attack and how we feel, and I'm like, magic stuff, and Grung's like, no big deal, and Harold is like, you
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
You suck.
How do
Okay.
you want to go about this?
A perfect summary. Yes.
So
Yes.
if you would like, you may roll
Okay.
intimidation, deception, diplomacy, a lore skill, society, religion, medicine, or arcana. It's up to you.
I'll just have a little diplomacy roll. How much worse could it make things?
Oh yeah.
And I'll be going for the angle of sure, wasn't the greatest impression the attack left, but well, I guess we lived in the end, so what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess. Trying my best to sort of see the silver linings.
Of course. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. This good cop, bad cop thing is working. Like at the moment they're shamed, you start to bring them back up again, and you kind of say, like bygones be bygones, and they're both very appreciative of that fact, and their pride seems kind of mended. And now I can tell you, you've secured the second high priest's support with the council. And with this man, with the head cleric, come on. It's all in different sections. God. Zubari is satisfied with the delegation and what they're attempting to do in Mazzali. He's going to notify Nakura of his approval and earn 1 influence point with Nakura. Once she reaches 8, you get that audience with Welkenna. You're 6 of 8 with her.
I'm trying to remember if Revivify is a 5th level divination spell or not. Because we have Assassination, and we could kill somebody and then revive them.
Revival is a 10th rank spell.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, Revivify is a D&D spell.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a funny thought, like we could murder them and then bring them back to life.
You potentially could. I think Haros and Zeros could do that with Breath of Life.
Oh, that's right. Magic.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say that takes all of that day away. So you gained about 7, 8 influence with different people. And you've met everyone you need to meet in order to get to Welkenna now. You found everybody. It took a while, but you did it.
Except for Waldo. Still looking for that guy.
Ah, yes. He didn't wear his mask, so they made sure no one would find him.
Yeah, he's put to death.
Yeah,
Yep.
assassination.
What was the words that the guy wanted me to do? We can find Waldo and point at him.
May Welkenna's hand strike you down.
Question: do people know that that's like a bad, like, if someone, like, if that happened to one of them and like Grung said it, would they have an idea?
They would do it because it was you.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Would the people who he says it to know?
yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
I'm like, what?
They'd be like, well, that's rude. And
Yeah. And then just 5 minutes later, dead.
Was that just for Grung or for any of us?
That was for Grung.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the power.
Grung could potentially kill any one of these people besides Themba.
Probably not Welkenna, but
No, not Walkenna. No,
You said anyone. Fulfill your contract.
I
but
did.
he isn't anyone. He is
Yes.
Walkenna.
Yeah, he's a
See?
god. He's a god.
There.
All right, so hit that rest for the night button. I think we've made a lot of progress so far.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's almost like when you get influence with people, you get influence with them all.
That was the whole thing. It's starting to domino now because they all affect each other. And as a new day dawns, whom would you like to attempt to get influence with next?
Are we close?
Social worker boy.
That's
Okay.
right, we probably know. Yep. I agree.
I'll smell him.
Oh god. Yep, you find
Track
him.
him down.
You find him out in public. He will always be out in public, like he said. He will never be any place you can corner him. He wants to have witnesses.
Yeah, Grung will just be basically in front of him when he turns around. Hey,
Ah!
I brought my friends, all of them.
He goes,
The
oh
whole
my.
delegation.
I am also here.
Yes, thank you. I am relieved to see you are here, Samshu. I did not know that you had a pet cave bear.
That's rude.
Oh, what?
A cave bear?
No, the word before that.
Friend
I
is what he meant.
didn't know?
Friend cave bear.
Friend.
That's what I thought I heard. Proceed.
I like this new Harris. He's moving his weight around.
Mhm.
He's got sick of being called small.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we heard there might be a public works project in the works that might need our
Yes.
help with.
Ancient Root has started on the community center, and she wants it to be a place where people can come together not only in the poor section of town to eat, but to also do activities together that are productive to society. And it sounds like a phenomenal idea. I've been helping her get things on track, and she's starting to talk to people and get the word out. As am I.
That's good. And you said it's open to all?
It is open to all those who wish to participate. You have to participate in order to benefit.
Well, what could we do to help?
He looks
Any
at
construction?
He just looks
Grung
at
built the
Grung.
whole. Grung built the defenses of a whole village up.
I'll talk up Grung and be like, he's a big, strong man. He can, lifting and wall putting up and furniture movements.
Mhm.
All
But I'm
right.
still delicate enough to do drywall.
All right. So what are you using to influence Wakesa here, Samshu?
Just some diplomacy,
Okay.
Try to show them that, not everyone from the outside is bad. In fact, most of them are good. It's just the few that are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Blind GM. Boop.
Ooh. As you see, like the light bulb goes up in this man's head, and he says, like, I cannot believe how phenomenal he is. Like, truly, Grung, you are an amazing man. As you critically hit this man with your diplomacy about the face.
Yes. I am a diplomat.
Well, I suppose your delegation means no harm for the people of Mazzali. You know what? I'm gonna tell Nakura, you guys are okay. And she bumps up to a 7. You have my support.
We're doing it, guys.
You guys are okay.
All right. Well, that's good.
So that takes about an hour. That was incredibly lucky, but you just got it. 2 influence with him and an influence with Nakura. You're 1 Nakura away from Walkenna audience.
Well, we have time. Should we go to who else we got?
Let's.
You've got this
What
guy
about,
too.
That's
You've got
that's what I was gonna say. That's
this-
what I was looking for.
Okay. You want the merchant guy?
Because he was the first one to trust us,
Yeah.
and I think now we definitely have a lot more influence to see what, to actually help him now that he helped us get our feet in the game.
That is true.
Okay. So yeah, I'll put him over there. I'll get him out here. He goes like, are you enjoying the new clothes? And he looks over at Harros and goes like, you've already outgrown them.
Yes, I was meaning to talk to you about that.
I can provide more. You will need more material.
But yes, we're here to just talk and chit chat and see if you need anything from us or had any questions about the delegation that weren't answered before. It's been a couple days since we've talked.
Actually, yes, I did want to talk to you about that. I don't know what happened, but people have becoming more and more open to the idea of outside trade, and I think I have you to thank for that.
You've been schmoozing around, telling people about us. A lot of that thanks to you, getting our feet in the door.
I think it's time for me to help you a little bit more. Please take +2 bonus to all checks to influence other Mazzali figures that you can add with other checks that, with other skills and feats that add to influence.
An untyped bonus.
Yeah. No, this one's circumstance.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't
it's
stack
circumstance.
other.
It stats with status and item.
Yeah. How goes the trade? Do you have plans for if you're allowed to trade with other parts of the with other parts of the Magambia?
The Mwangi Expanse, yes.
Yeah.
The Magambia and Nabantu, yes, especially. Vidric would love that. I would love to be the merchant that brought it all the way to the Sodden lands with the Terwell lords and all the way back to the Screaming Jungle. I mean, that would make me one of the richest men in all the world. But more than that, it would bring people together.
Mm-hmm. And it would trickle down, right?
I have no idea what that means. No, that's not how money works. Whoever told you that was lying.
It was Archmage Obanga.
Oh. Where is he, by the way? I haven't seen him.
Uh-uh.
That is an excellent question. We're going to have to get back to you on that one.
Even we don't know.
It's very odd that the head of the magical school has gone missing on one of the greatest of their excursions. Who exactly is leading you?
We are, as a group.
We're the council, like you. Councils.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a group effort.
I must say, you are quite the varied group.
That's what makes us strong. Strength of thousands.
Yeah.
Just
Eros
here.
immediately listens for anchor root.
She's screaming down one of the alleyways, like, I heard that!
You didn't. You're not here. I can only say it once per day. Used up my quota.
Oh, God. But yes, please, let me know whom you wish to influence next. Perhaps I can use, not only the what I have at my disposal, but I can be there and do things a little more delicately than I did when I initially met you.
Let me look at the list real quick. Influence. Because we could pick somebody that we're pretty high with to just get them over the edge,
Mm-hmm.
or we could pick somebody we're low with to get it started pretty well.
If you're involved in some sort of project or something, perhaps I could provide the materials for that.
Oh, hint,
Well-
hint.
Well, we
Shall we
do
do
have.
Wakessa?
Wakessa? That little weasel?
Gossip.
Ooh.
What's wrong with Wakessa?
He's a spineless little coward that does anything Daddy Walkenna wants.
That's fair, but he does a lot of good for the poor in the city, which you
No,
have
he
to admit
doesn't.
There are a fair amount. No,
Why do you think there's poor at all in this city? It's because idiots like him take money that are meant for them and keep him in their own pockets. Then he goes around and starts blabbing to Walkenna everything's fine.
Ooh. You know,
Really?
there are a fair amount of poor in the city.
Yeah, and how do you think they got poor?
All right, well,
Trickle
that's
down.
fair, but that's fair. We do plan on opening up a community center, though, under his supervision to help the poor.
And
so,
let me guess, he's in control of the budget for this community center.
that is my guess.
I expect you'll see no more than 10% of the actual budget you were given.
Interesting gossip. But regardless, definitely helping out with the construction materials for the community center would be a great help to us.
I think I can arrange that.
All right.
The next time you decide to meet with Wakessa, you give me a call and I'll come with you. And he makes the little fist and pounds it into his other hand.
You know what? I think we will do that.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds fun. He's scared of me, but both of us will scare him.
Yes.
See, these are the kinds of mercantile negotiations I can get behind.
Mhm.
Eros.
We'll have all three of us. The bear, me, and him.
I'll just be the voice of reason. Please don't murder the man.
And McGee will be further down the street, ready to pick him off if he runs.
Yeah, McGee would be
Yes.
McGee would be down the hall yelling "World Star."
I'll just wait for him to run past me and then trip him.
Yeah, your trip would crit him. His leg would explode.
I'll pull out my leg to trip him, and it's just critically.
You're like, oh, oops, my power attack was on.
Oopsies.
Like twiddling your fingers as he's like, my leg.
Whoops! I'll just blend into the crowd again.
Become one with the wall.
Yes.
From the MASH thing. I am a wall. I am a wall.
Oh, God.
He is the most powerful of us all.
Yeah, like when he was just hiding behind that potted plant and came out and crit that monster. Bah!
Whoops. Whoops, that wasn't medicine.
That wasn't medicine! The German accent came out again!
Every time I pretend to be that sort of character, totally not inspired by the medic from TF2, yes.
Oh, God.
It's
So,
working.
yeah, that
Just
was...
gotta embrace it.
Yes.
That was a minor meeting as well, but you did gain an influence with him. You can still meet with Wakessa today if you wish, or Simbala, or Zubari, or Worknesh. Or maybe Sahar. Maybe you want to talk to Sahar again.
Maybe. But for now, I think I have to.
Timed out.
Mm-hmm.
No sweat.
All right.
I think you guys
Yeah.
made an astonishing amount of progress today.
I think so too.
So let's
Yeah.
let's get the full tally up here. We have everyone who is ever going to be introduced for this chapter 1. We're still in chapter 1. We are still
Really?
in chapter 1.
To be fair, I'm
Fun.
having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
So
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. That the whole point is that I wanted to make sure that you guys did not feel like this was, dragging or work. So good.
Hopefully, it's not as horrible on your end as it is on your end since
No.
it was in the beginning.
In the beginning, it was horrid, but now that I've read everything and I've memorized everything and I know their personalities and what you want to do and how you're doing them, everything's flowing. I think having the dungeon break up chapter 1 was perfect. The way that they did it, you would wait to do the dungeon until chapter 2 after you did all this, and it would just drag.
Mm-hmm. It's
You
just
need a
like
good
they're like,
mix-up, yeah.
one person's like, here's all politics. The other person's like, well, I'll do all the dungeons. And then you're like, wait, what? What? Just what? Same adventure? What?
Yeah, same adventure. But don't worry, these relationships will pay off in the future. I assure you.
Oh, yeah. We can kill people and we have magic.
Yes.
Well, Grog can kill people.
Yes. Well, you know,
Arrows,
they
that's
said, and I mean, there's already someone on my radar for that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is it the guy who doesn't like you, but kind
No.
of likes you now?
No, not that guy. He's fine. No, it's our own little archmage, Obama.
Obama.
Oh.
Yes. What's gonna happen when you find him?
I don't know. Beat his ass.
My God.
A solid conversation about the wrongs of his ways.
Mm-hmm. A confrontation, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I'll just get the water bottle and bad. Force him to come out with us.
Oh God. Well,
Put him under Professor OT.
oh God. You're going to be Professor OT's assistant from now on.
Mm-hmm.
The assistant to the assistant principal.
This is Grand Assistant OT, and you are Minor Assistant OT.
Assistant, fucking toilet cleaner.
Yeah, with OT, he'll always have assistant in his title, but it might get more lavish, like Grand Marshal Assistant OT.
Grand Supreme Assistant Overlord.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you for hosting.